Hello, welcome to our weekly meditation. So, we find ourselves this week in the midst of a great deal of tension in our American society. It is election week, and no matter your preference, we all feel a great deal is riding on the results, and sitting with the anticipation of the outcome is challenging, to say the least. But, while it's tempting to project into the future and anticipate how great it could be if it goes our way, or how awful it could be if it doesn't, it's important to zoom out during these times and gather perspective, as what the story our mind is choosing to tell us is rarely fully true. And so today, we're going to focus on finding peace through a wiser perspective. So find a comfortable seat. If you feel you need to be supported today, go ahead and do that. If you feel like you'd like to support yourself in an upright position, that's fine too. And so wherever you find yourself, I'd like for you to begin just by finding your breath. Noticing your chest rise and fall, your belly. Just becoming aware of your breath. Becoming aware of the tension you're holding in your body and where it's located. Allowing your brow line and your jaw to relax. Your shoulders, your neck, to begin surrendering to gravity. Allowing them to fall. Perhaps you're gripping in your hips or your bottom, your low back. Just beginning to have some awareness of where the tension is gathering in your body. It's only through awareness that we are presented with choice. And while it feels like everything is riding on this decision, this fork in the road, it's likely that we have had experiences in the past, perhaps even past elections, where we were certain that a particular outcome may result in a doomsday circumstance. Perhaps we would anticipate financial ruin from the loss of a job, or we would anticipate absolute devastation and loss of a relationship should we be really honest about our experiences and our feelings. Perhaps we believe that there would be mass chaos and destruction should a particular official be elected or a policy be passed. And if you zoom out and you fast forward in your mind from those experiences, usually the world did not end from that one experience. Even if the worst happened, you're sitting here today listening to this meditation, and perhaps a version of you or a version of life ended with that worst case scenario, but you remain. If we look back on the history of our country and of our lives, we've been through a lot. We've been through worse. And yet here we stand. So I just want you to take some letting go breaths today. We're going to inhale through your nose and exhale from the back of your throat with an audible sigh. Releasing all energy that's no longer serving you. Do as many letting go breaths as you need. Feel free to pause the meditation if you need to spend some time just deep breathing. I want you to find yourself climbing onto a hot air balloon basket. Or if you need something that has more protection, maybe it's a helicopter or an airplane. And imagine that you begin to rise. As you rise into the air, you can observe the spot where you were standing. And you can see what limited view you had of the path forward and the path behind. And as you rise through the treetops and above the foliage, you begin to see the terrain, both in the past and in the future. You see twists and turns, you see blind spots, you see steep terrain, rocky terrain. You see beautiful vistas. And I just want you to notice how in both directions there were difficult times, or there will be difficult times. And in both directions there is transformative beauty. Pain and struggle are woven with joy and beauty all throughout our life. You cannot have one without the other. I want you to notice when you look back on your path from this distance above, different points along the way when you were certain you knew an outcome would occur, whether it was positive or negative, and how rarely it actually unfolded the exact way you anticipated. If it was a very difficult outcome that you weren't expecting, you likely had some real beautiful and joyful opportunities and moments accompany that really difficult experience or come as a result of that difficult experience. And likewise, there were times when you were anticipating the absolute worst, and you were surprised and delighted with ease, healing, connection, joyful surprises. Now I want you to look ahead on your path, knowing that difficult times and consequences will come no matter what happens in our near future and distant future. Challenges, pain and struggle, loss and grief will all transpire. Change will come, whether it's desired or not. And so will beauty and discoveries of ourselves and our resilience, our passions and our warrior spirits, unexpected opportunities for connection, for innovation, for creativity, to fight for what we believe in. Our spirit will be enlivened. Just as often as it will be saddened and in need of rest and comfort. So I want you to come back to your body in that aircraft that you're in, and begin to make your descent, to land the aircraft. Noticing now you're just above the tops of the trees, and now in the presence of the foliage, coming closer to the ground and lightly touching down. Stepping out of your aircraft and onto the ground, feeling the bottom of your feet hit the ground floor. Taking a deep breath in, filling up your belly. Exhaling from the back of your throat. Letting go of the need to know. Breathing in through your nose. Exhaling the need to be right. The need to be certain. Inviting in mystery. Recognizing that just as you've changed in the past from one point of view to another, one perspective to another, you'll continue to change in the future. Things that you feel certain of now may not feel so certain, which is the desire and nature of life. Evolution, mystery. So today, I wish you peace in this place of the unknown, trusting that you have everything you need right now for peace. Go ahead and wiggle your fingers and toes. Feel your back as you breathe in deeply. Slowly flutter your eyes open to softly gaze in the space around you. Just taking in your space, coming back to your room. I wish you peace, individually and all of us together. Have a good week.